looking at is something called the D to H ratio. You might hear a scientist talking about that. And that's the deuterium to hydrogen ratio. It's how much hydrogen has one proton and one neutron instead of the more normal just one proton hydrogen. And that can tell you a lot about how much atmosphere Mars once had and how much of it has been lost to space.
Yeah, and I guess if there's enough deuterium, the settlers will someday be able to build fusion reactors. But no, don't even react to that. Listen, let me ask you about one more thing as we're running short of time. There was a very sort of cryptic and even mysterious question from one of the reporters about Mika results, which Peter Smith might have even been slightly disturbed by. Got the feeling that maybe there was something he wasn't quite ready to talk about.
Yeah, that was Craig Kuvalt from Aviation Week and Space Technology. The question clearly indicated that Craig knew something that they weren't talking about on the press conference. I have also heard vague rumors that the Mika team has seen something kind of exciting, but clearly they are not ready to talk about it in the press. They may, for instance, have an indication of some very interesting chemical component in the water, but it might just be, one test result. And the more amazing it is, the more careful they're going to be about announcing it, the more extra tests they're going to want to do, the more they might want to see a confirmation from TIGA. I have no idea what they're talking about. I have no idea if it's something that's exciting only to Mars scientists or if it's something that truly would be exciting to the general public. We'll just have to wait and see and be patient with the team. I don't want to see any premature announcement that they're going to have to rescind later.
With just a couple of seconds left, what are you looking forward to next from Mars?
I'm just looking forward to really getting going with a lot more sample acquisitions for all the instruments, the wet chem lab, the optical microscope, and TIGA. They got really slowed down with trying to get that ice sample. Now that they have a tiny bit of ice and they're not concerned about the shortened TIGA anymore, they're going to really go great guns to get lots more samples into their instruments as quickly as they can while the power is good.
Emily, as always, great talking with you. Thanks for the great work.
You're quite welcome.
Emily Lakdawalla is the Science and Technology Coordinator for the Planetary Society. You hear her here most weeks doing our Q&A segment, but now and then a special report like this one on the Phoenix mission. So no Q&A today. That means I'll be back in just a couple of seconds with Bruce Betts for this week's edition of What's Up. Here he is, the Director of Projects for the Planetary Society, Bruce Betts, for another round of What's Up via Skype. And I'm happy to be talking at you.
And I'm happy to be talking at you as well, Matt. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm excited. We've had all this great coverage of Phoenix, and we're going to continue that in the future. We're going to be able to do it for at least a month longer than we thought we would, maybe longer than that. It's really fun.
It's true. It's good stuff happening up there, and they're moving a lot of dirt around and playing with some ice. It's good.
Tell us some more good stuff up there.
Jupiter. Jupiter's the pretty thing in the sky right at the moment, and you can see it easily as the brightest star-like object in the sky over in the east after sunset. Can't miss it. If you check it out with a small telescope or some binoculars, you can look for the little dots next to it that are the big moons of Jupiter. And that's really the focus in terms of the planets right now, but we've also got, for much of the world, but not us, a lunar eclipse on August 16th. And there's a partial lunar eclipse visible from pretty much every continent but North America. And you can check out a link from our website to NASA's eclipse page to get some more information on that. We also have the Perseid meteor shower visible to everyone, peaking on August 12th, but visible with increased meteor activity a few days before and a few days after. And that one's simple. You go out and you stare up at the sky and relax. It's usually better after midnight and when the moon's out of the way, which will be before dawn. But any time of night, you can check out the brighter ones. If you're at a dark site, you actually can see perhaps 60 per hour. It's a good meteor shower. August 12th, the peak on that. Fun thing to do. Let us move on to Random Space Fact. Jupiter. I'm into Jupiter today because it's bright and it's easy to see, and if you have that small telescope, you can also, or a big one, Check out those dark and light bands running across Jupiter, parallel to the equator. And so you'll be able to impress your friends. You'll know to call the dark ones fish and the bright ones zones.
What?
I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
I'm here. I'm not asleep. Okay.
Still, I would call the dark ones fish, but you can also call them belts. And that actually would probably be more appropriate in the science community. Belts being the dark ones and zones being the white ones. And my theory is if they ever have ones that are perpendicular to the equator, they'll call them suspenders.
Go fish.
On to the trivia contest. We asked you, how long was Apollo 17 on the surface of the moon? Were the astronauts with Apollo 17, how long were they on the surface of the moon, the last lunar mission with humans? How do we do, Matt?
Hey, lots of entries, and our winner is Jan Knopf. Jan Knopf of Dossenheim, Germany, near Heidelberg, where he apparently works for the Physics Institute at the University of Heidelberg, a place with a pretty amazing history in the discoveries in physics in the 20th century. He said that Apollo 17 was actually on the surface of the moon, and this is what everybody came up with: 3 days, 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. And Apollo 17, that was the Challenger lander, the Challenger lunar module, I should say. And who was aboard? Dr. Betts?
It was Bob and John. No, it was Harrison Schmitt and Gene Cernan.
You're absolutely right. Pay that man $100.
Yes!
We're gonna give Jan Knopf, though. He said, I take the biggest size of the poster, because the website still asks people for their size, even though it says they're going to get an Explorer's Guide to Mars poster.
Well, we'll send him the mural size.
Yeah.
Unless he'd rather have the tapestry.
Actually, one size fits all, so that's what he's going to get, I think.
Here's the trivia contest for next time around. What was the first successful balloon mission in the atmosphere of Venus? First successful balloon mission. Atmosphere of Venus. Go to planetary.org/radio. Find out how to enter and compete for another fabulous Explorer's Guide to Mars poster with a beautiful map, pictures, information. It'll be fabulous.
You've got until 2 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, August 11, to get that entry to us. You know what? I've got Perseids on the mind because I'm going to be out of town, very short vacation, won't interrupt the show. But on the 12th, I'm going to be someplace much, much darker than Southern California. I will be up the Central California coast, and I will have to give you a report. I guess it'll be 2 shows from now on whether I got to see some of those little bits of stuff flying into our atmosphere.
Please do. If you don't have those pesky clouds and fog, you should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried about on the coast up there. It's usually pretty overcast, but I'm really looking forward to it, and looking forward to getting away for a few days as well. And looking forward to seeing you in person next time.
Well, sure. All right, everybody, go out there, look up in the night sky, think of the miracle of dust. Lots and lots of dust, some of it falling into the atmosphere, some of it falling on your coffee table. Thank you, and good night.
Some of it coming from Mars, maybe. Anyway, he's Bruce Betts, the Director of Projects for the Planetary Society. Joins us every week here for What's Up. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back next time with more from around our solar system and beyond. Planetary Radio is produced by the Planetary Society in Pasadena, California. Have a great week.